Heads up, I had a minor audio issue that's affecting about 7 videos, and this is one of them. Back to normal soon. Welcome to r/Bestof Redditor updates, where OP's a lesbian and her girlfriend is pregnant, mysteriously. Our next Reddit post is from r/relationships. My girlfriend Anna and I have been together for 4 years, with intentions of getting engaged sometime this year. To clarify, we are 2 women in a relationship. I'm a lesbian, always have been, but Anna is bisexual and has had serious relationships with men in the past. This has never been an issue for us because we love each other and have a healthy and stable relationship. But now, as you can imagine, I'm second guessing everything. In the last month, Anna's been complaining about putting on weight, particularly in her stomach area. Anna is thin and athletic, so the little belly she developed is noticeable. She's been going to the gym more and started eating much healthier than she usually does. We didn't notice any improvements with her weight loss, but I told her that it takes time and that she'll eventually lose weight. Pregnancy never ever crossed my mind, for obvious reasons. Last week, she really started freaking out about her weight gain, so she scheduled a doctor's appointment. She had the appointment yesterday afternoon, and afterwards called me at work and told me that we needed to talk. I could tell that she's been crying. I'm freaking out at this point now, thinking that she's terminally ill or something. I start tearing up, asking her to tell me what's wrong, but she insists on meeting at home. I leave work immediately and get home to see her sitting on the couch, her face puffy from crying. I'm shaking and tears are streaming down my face. I ask her about the doctor's appointment and what's going on. She can barely get the words out through her sobs. She tells me that she went to the doctor and that they told her she's 13 weeks pregnant. I stop crying. I'm sorry. I stop crying, but my brain is trying to comprehend what she just told me. All I could say was, "What?" over and over. She's still sobbing, saying she's so confused and she has no idea how this happened. I've never really seen her in a state like that. She seems genuinely upset and confused, but then again, so was I. As I started registering what's going on, I ask, "Did you sleep with someone?" And she only starts crying more, swearing on her life that she didn't sleep with anyone. So I'm like, "But you did. You're pregnant. There's no way that you didn't cheat on me." To which she replies, "I have no effing clue how this happened, but I swear to God I didn't sleep with anyone. You have to believe me." We go back and forth for 30 minutes or so, both of us still confused. I told her that I needed to think, so I called a friend and spent last night at his house. I've been talking with friends, and everyone's confused, but agreeing that Anna must have cheated on me. I keep playing over our conversation in my head though. Like, if she already knew that she'd slept with a guy and that she could be pregnant, why would she go to the doctor? Why wouldn't she have just gotten an abortion secretly? She could have used a Plan B pill just in case. Like, she could have gotten away with this. Maybe I'm being foolish here, but it genuinely seemed like she had no idea why she was gaining the weight in her stomach. A couple of nights ago, we talked at length about possibilities why she was gaining weight just in that region, and pregnancy never crossed our minds. I'm also playing back the potential date that she could have cheated on me, considering she's 13 weeks along. We live together and have similar work schedules. We both work 9-to-5 jobs. And if I'm thinking of the right week that this could have happened, there's nothing that stands out of the ordinary to me. There weren't any late nights or suspicious activity that would have concerned me. I feel like I'm driving myself crazy, and I feel like I can't trust her. She's been texting me asking if we can talk, and I told her I need more time. I want to believe that she's telling me the truth, but I can't think of any reason how she could be pregnant without having slept with some guy. But it's also confusing given the situation. So, Reddit, what are your thoughts? Does my girlfriend have a case of lesbian immaculate conception, or am I being a fool for doubting that she cheated on me? How do I handle this situation, and how do I talk to her? Everything feels very confusing right now. Thanks in advance for reading. It seems like most people came to 3 possible conclusions with Anna's pregnancy. 1, she cheated on me and got pregnant. 2, she was the victim of a drugging scenario and doesn't remember anything. 3, the doctor is wrong. After spending the night at my friend's house and ignoring Anna's calls and texts, I decided to see her the next day to talk. We made a plan to meet at our house after work. I wasn't sure what to expect from our conversation. I thought that I might get a confession of her cheating on me or something along those lines. So we met at home. She asked me how I was doing, and I told her that I was still pretty confused and upset. She understood. Then I said, I have to know, did you sleep with someone or cheat on me or come near sperm in any way, shape, or form since we've been together? She swore up and down that she didn't, very sincerely. She said, I know this is effing crazy and literally unbelievable, but I swear to God I didn't cheat on you. I'm just as confused as you are. I still wasn't entirely convinced, so I asked her about the doctor's visit specifically. She did not get an ultrasound. They only took a urine sample. I guess she told them her symptoms, they took a urine sample, concluded she was pregnant, and sent her on her way. I asked why they gave her a specific gestation period, and she didn't know. I'm not entirely sure why they did either. Of course, I was like, did you tell the doctor that it's impossible that you're pregnant? That you've been with a woman for the last 4 years? And the doctor gave her grief for that. Essentially implied that she must have slept with a man because she's pregnant, and that's why she was experiencing her symptoms. I'm not sure if this was a common occurrence for a doctor, but she said that he seemed completely unfazed by her claims of not having slept with a man. For those of you that mentioned her period, Anna has an irregular period. Sometimes she gets it, sometimes she doesn't. So there was no cause for alarm when she didn't get her period for 3 months because A, she can't get pregnant, and B, more intercourse for us. I guess the doctor saw the signs of a positive pregnancy test and lack of period, and pregnancy was the most reasonable option. After hearing that, I said that she should schedule another doctor's appointment with a different doctor as soon as possible. She said that she had, and had the appointment the next day, which as of writing this is yesterday. We decided it was best that I go with her to the appointment. The first order of business with the new doctor was the ultrasound. I sat with Anna as they put the gel on her stomach, and I was honestly sweating bullets. I kept thinking to myself, what if she's actually pregnant? I thought I was gonna pass out, but Anna seemed calm. They confirmed Anna is not pregnant, but she has a mass on her ovary that was cause for concern. It was one of the most emotionally confusing moments of my life. Anna and I looked at each other, not sure if we should celebrate the non-pregnancy or cry or what. Anna still has more appointments, but the new doctor gave her the diagnosis of stage 1 ovarian cancer. This explains the positive pregnancy test and the bloated stomach. This also explains why she wasn't able to lose the weight on her stomach. The doctor also mentioned that the irregular period should have been a sign of concern for Anna, as women with irregular periods can be more at risk for ovarian cancer. I'm devastated and hopeful. Anna is still in shock, as she's been through a lot in the past couple of days. I'm supporting her the best I can, and we're figuring out a game plan. Naturally, we're both terrified of what's to come. This will be a huge part of her life, and my life, and probably put our plans to get engaged and married and have kids on hold, if she can even have kids after all this. Anna even joked about the fact that she wishes she had actually been pregnant with the Messiah. That way, we could keep the kid and not have this horrible diagnosis. So I guess this is a happy/sad update. Thanks for everyone for reading. I owe this woman an apology. I laughed at her, but I was wrong. I apologize deeply. I honestly don't know if I should say congrats that she didn't cheat on you, like I'm glad, or I'm sorry about the diagnosis. I guess both. Man, this story made me feel really guilty. I definitely judged early in this story. Of course she's a cheater. One thing I do think you guys should do is schedule a follow-up appointment with that other doctor just so you can say, oh, by the way, you're wrong and I have cancer and go screw yourself. Because that doctor's incompetence almost cost you your relationship and potentially your life by not catching this diagnosis. Oh, down in the comments, apparently people are saying that men with certain types of cancer can actually test positive for pregnancy. Wow, who knew? Our next Reddit post is from rSlash relationships. Okay, how we got into this predicament in the first place is that my boyfriend just really likes his friend Liam. He's like a brother to him. He saved his life once. But Liam comes on all of our dates. I even brought one of my single friends on a date so we could double date, but Liam and her don't date, so that failed. I've honestly asked my boyfriend why Liam is on all of our dates, and he just says that Liam is lonely, has nobody else, and he has no siblings or girlfriends. But then my boyfriend kind of guilts me because, and I know this sounds awful, Liam is the effing package for guilt. His mom died when he was young, then his dad and him don't talk anymore, so Liam just doesn't have anyone to talk to. I honestly think my boyfriend is guilt tripping me, and I don't think I can do this relationship anymore. If nothing changes, I'm leaving. This has gone on for 3 months. Like, sure, I feel bad for Liam, but I don't really know him, and it's not my problem. It's also not just dates. On movie nights, he's here. Going to the mall, he's there. Where my boyfriend is, Liam is. Then, same day, OP posted an update. I broke up with my ex, Xavier. I went to where we agreed to meet up, and guess who he brought with him? You guessed it, Liam. I was very annoyed at this point, and I told my boyfriend I wanted to speak with him privately, and he brings effing Liam. It's very uncomfortable to break up with someone in front of their best friend, but I was too pissed. I told him I said I wanted to speak privately, and he said, say it in front of Liam. Eventually, I just got annoyed and said, that's it! I don't want Liam always here in our private life, on dates, everywhere. He basically said, remember what I told you about Liam's circumstance, blah blah blah. I said something like, I'm sorry, but I don't give an F about what Liam's going through right now. This is about me breaking up with you. Meanwhile, Liam is just standing there, looking confused. I'll get back to this later. So we basically get into a fight in this park, and it gets to the point where I tell him he manipulates me into not kicking Liam out of our dates, and about everything he told me that Liam went through. And then Xavier looks like he got caught or something, and Liam gets angry saying like, what did you tell her? And this is all really funny and really awful at the same time. It turns out none of what Xavier told me was true. Liam has a fiance, has a real brother and sister, and his mom isn't dead. So anyway, definitely broke up with Xavier. Like 40 minutes later, Liam DMs me basically saying that Xavier told Liam that I wasn't comfortable being alone with Xavier, and that he thought I wanted him to be on the dates. Sir, what? He said the reason why he agreed is because his fiancée is living in Europe to finish up her study abroad program, and he has nothing better to do. So Xavier is just a flat out liar, and I'm glad I broke up with him. Mad I got lied to, but oh well. This was honestly not a turn of events I was expecting, and I have to get it out somewhere. Okay, I'm going to the comments because I'm wondering the same thing you guys are wondering. Why? What's the point? Is this guy trying to manipulate OP or Liam or both? What's the end game? What's the desired result? This guy thinks Xavier is secretly in love with Liam, but is too homophobic to admit his feelings. I mean, that could fit. I don't know if I buy that one. I've seen like probably 3 or 4 different comments all speculating that Xavier is secretly gay for Liam. I guess that could be the case. I don't know, man. It feels a little bit, I'm just not buying it. Yeah, okay, down in the comments, people are just as confused as I am. The prevailing thought is the secret gay thing. Who knows? We'll probably never know on this one. Our next Reddit post is from rSlash Legal Advice. I was on my way home from work in a company car when I was hit almost head on by a drunk driver. He was found at fault by the police and the insurance company and was charged and convicted. His insurance settled with the company and gave them a payout to replace the car, which the company lawyer accepted. I am still off work recovering from my injuries, and I probably won't be back for 3 months. Last month, I received a letter from the company stating that I owed them the cost of the car because I was the one responsible for it when it was totaled and written off. I thought that it was a mistake or something, so I called the insurance company, got written confirmation of the settlement, and sent it to them with a note that the car had already been paid for by the insurance company. Now they've sent me to a collection agency and I have debt collectors calling saying I owe $40,000. I live in California. Do I call the insurance company to let them know, or do I need to get a lawyer? Is them calling a debt collector even legal? Then, 2 months later, OP posted an update. No one at the company or the collections agency would help me, and they just sent me back and forth. So I ended up getting a lawyer because the stress of being hounded by collections was setting back my recovery. The lawyer sent a very strongly worded letter to someone high up that I couldn't reach myself because I kept getting the runaround. That person didn't know anything about it, and the company launched an investigation. The 3 people who kept giving me the runaround ended up getting charged with fraud and a bunch of other stuff. I don't know much, but the police say they have the emails and they think those 3 people were planning on keeping the payment for themselves since the car was already paid for. They're also in trouble for fraudulently using company resources to send me to collections for a fake debt. Afterwards, my company wrote me a letter of apology. They paid the cost for my lawyer and made sure the debt was removed from my record. They also made a donation to a charity of my choice. I'm nearly ready to return to work, but they told me to take as much time as I need. Sorry, I'm kind of laughing here because this is their way of saying, please don't sue us, please, 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 because OP has all the evidence in the world to win this case. After talking with the police, I believe the higher-ups were not aware because the police say the 3 were trying to keep it a secret. The drunk driver's insurance is paying all my bills related to the incident, so I don't have debt from this, ever. All in all, I'm doing much better. I'm kind of bewildered by the stupidity of these criminals, because what did they expect OP to do? Just say, "Aw, shucks, you got me, here's your $40,000. Do you take Venmo?" And then to send emails back and forth? They couldn't at least meet in a dark parking lot and discuss the details where there's no record of it? They're really going to use company email to send criminal evidence back and forth. Hey, make sure that when we commit the crime, no one knows about it. Regards, such and such. That was r/Best of Redditor updates. And if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also, hit that subscribe button because I put out new Reddit videos every single day.